Well, hello. Good morning. Bit of a later stream, but I think we'll be all right. So, what are we working on today? Today, we will be looking into where did it go? Monitor data archive. So, setting this up with kind of a stubbed out storage, we'll need to build an interface that we can swap out for testing for TIKV. So, I'll go from that to that. It's going to be the same as data plane in that we'll be using gRPC with Tonic, etc. So testing will likely be very similar, kind of testing the full stack at the same time. What else do we? That and we'll see a little bit of the interface from this side of the house, from the mutation side of the databases. That's likely to change a bit, but I think we'll be okay. It's mainly we just need to get the data there. All right. So first off, probably some record keeping, or goodness, record keeping. No, it's not record keeping. Housekeeping, and that the entirety of data archive is in this file and a settings file. Is probably not quite right. It's just a stub at the moment. Get that going. We do have the information that we need to build up in the key value store. And oh, you know what we should do? Update our stream notes. Hmm. Okay. Something like that. Oh, interesting with atomic. Oh, these return self. Ah. What is the default backoff strategy? I didn't see that it implemented default. 715209. Good morning. How are you? I didn't have my chat window up. Here it is. No jitter back off. 2510. All right. Charge my phone. Dun, dun, dun. The way that this one has been set up is that we used we futures unordered to drive the async run times, because we end up awaiting here. That pulls them. Oh, I need to check something real quick. I'm good. Glad you're doing well, 715209. I don't know if I want to drive this with futures unordered or a join set. I think I had gone through the two previously, trying to figure out which ones I wanted to use. And here, I think I ended up using a join set. Yeah, what's going on with this? What are we putting in the join set? Start the gRPC server. We get a join handle back. That's just awaiting it. I'm leaning towards join handle, but that's a join handle. I meant join set. Something not committed. Get you my. That it? That and the stuff that's staged below. Okay. Was everything. These are our settings. I do like the way that Foundations does the settings. I'm not so much a fan of how they do the logging. I wish it was, I guess, more in line with how tracing was doing logging. Although I understand kind of their separation between tracing and logging. So they basically treat them as if they have different purposes, right? Tracing is interesting for being able to follow the path of a request, and logging is more along the lines of being able to capture kind of interesting information from the system, like some event that happens in the system. I think most of the time when people think logging and tracing, they bundle it all together. Yeah, I haven't quite figured out exactly where like something should be kind of a trace message versus a log message. Let's see. I wonder if they have guidance. An option to collect log lines emitted in traced context and span logs. See, this is the bit. Yeah, they didn't really touch on kind of the motivation behind it. Just, hey, it's not rate limited. So Foundations is using slog under the hood, which is pretty cool. It's quick, supports no standard, lazy evaluation, all sorts of stuff. It's a kind of very full featured. I think you can also do pieces where you, oh goodness, words today are just failing me. Where you filter some of the content from the messages. It's filtering, structured, yes, which is really nice. Yeah. Contextual, which I've struggled with contextual piece a little bit. So from Foundations, instead of the modules, you can get into telemetry. And inside of here, you can get the telemetry context, the current context. So you say, oh, I want the current one. And then you say with forked log. So you can have certain fields that are only specific to the context that you're in. And you could apply that to a future. It's kind of nice. So anyhow, we've gotten way off. We need some tests. I need to set this up. I wonder what would be a good kind of built-in version of this. Like an embedded TIKV. Using mostly just basic functionality from it. Let's see, is there something off the shelf that could do this for us? Basically something we could set up, run some tests, inspect the store. KV, why is KV on Foundations DB? Oh, Foundation DB, my mistake. I thought this said Foundations. Yeah. Oh, interesting that they're starting to have a bit more traction. This is nice. This is the kind of distributed database that Apple acquired and open sourced. I'm thinking RocksDB, because TIKV uses it under the hood. Does it? Can we just? I mean, if we could just use one node, that would be fine for us. Documentation. We've already looked at the docs. Yeah. Why is this in here? Well, if we do go here and we look at the docs, architecture, storage. See, this is the binary ordering, I think, is really important for us to get right for the tests. We just use this. Let's look at that. And what about, let's see. Wow. Transaction DB. Lots going on here. I just want the simple pieces just for testing. Maybe with thread mode, single threaded. Okay. I do not think we need to worry about. Wait, will these use a default? What does CF stand for again? Column family. Or do we have to set up a column family? Iterator. These are just U8s. Well, arrays of U8s. So we open with default at a specific place, which we can use the temp bits for. Interesting. What about the batching? Batch, multi-get, compact. Okay, I don't think we need to worry about compaction. These are for tests. Deletion maybe eventually. And the column families. And we would be using this for testing, right? So essentially, we're trying to map this API to the other one. Basically, we'll want some layer of abstraction so we can choose one or the other. Multi-get. No, prefix iterator. Is this how they're doing the scanning? RocksDB is what TIKV uses under the hood. So you give it a prefix. Oh, but this isn't a range. I wonder how they do ranges. Raw iterator. Yes. So they could be using this raw iterator. See to the first one, call next, until you get to the end. It looks like we could use it. I'm wondering if there's something simpler. Instead of just pulling in this whole thing, what else could we use? Go back and look at lib.rs again. What is this? Built on sled. Oh, sled. B-tree map. That's kind of what we want. Yes, exactly. Less time tuning and working against high friction APIs. That would be nice. Open it, insert, compare and swap. Ooh, okay. DB range, scan key, okay. Maybe we just go with sled. Wow, this is nice. I think we might have a winner. All right, so we'll use this for our tests. Even has compare and swap, which is nice. Matches. Okay. Let's start by building out an interface that wraps SLED and TIKV client. Basically, just define an interface and then start to back it by both of these. Trying to find a simple interface that would work with both. Maybe leaning more on the SLED side of the interface. Expect significant ergonomic and performance improvements over time. Ergonomic. All right. So let's create a new file. Source, new file. Oh, wait, what was that? Percent? Okay. lib.rs. Let's have a module, mod storage. You know what? Let's new folder, storage, file, mod.rs. Back here. Sure, why not? Storage. Now, inside of here, we want TIKV client. Does it have an underscore or a hyphen? Looks like a hyphen. We also want sled. Oh, here, interesting. This is what I've not seen in the TIKV documentation, but it's been in the back of my mind. All right. Oh, I just looked over at OBS and I see that I have dropped 0 frames this stream. That is amazing. Okay, so we have sled, we have TIKV. So here, the regular version, we would want TIKV client. And then for dev dependencies, we would like to have sled.workspace is true. Okay. Snafu. Okay, yep. Features, util. What am I doing? Mod sled. Otherwise, we also always have mod TIKV. Can this be on the same line? Like so? Maybe not. Let's try to rough out the interface. Get rid of that. What is this? Nope, don't need that anymore. Raw client. And based on, let's get a README up. What's happening here? I think we need some mechanism to make multiple changes at the same time, reducing network chatter. So having some sort of like a multi-put would be really nice. So in this case, for TIKV, there's a batch put, which takes pairs being an iterator into that. Okay. I think we would know everything ahead of time. We wouldn't need to have some sort of iterator generating information. This is nice for just being able to accept so many different types of items. What about sled? What can we do with sled? Oh, that's right, it's on tree. Apply batch. Oh, but some pieces we do need to compare and swap. What is a batch here? Create a number of items. Has insert and remove as the batch. Okay. Oh, interesting. Into IVAC. Okay. We could go with the iterator and just create a batch under the hood and then apply. Seems like it would be fine. I do like the iterator interface here. A KV pair versus IVEC. Interesting that they've optimized. What is it, up to 32? Okay. You know what I forgot today? I forgot to turn my music on. I always do. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. I've coded with music for so long. Hope y'all have your favorite music playing. Log in. Done. Okay. Oh, that's better. Essentially, we want something that these can basically convert from raw client. These, where to go? KV pairs. So maybe we define our own type that is just a wrapper around something that can go into these very, very easily. Input key, and key can basically a vector of U8s or reference. And value should be the same thing. Interesting. They support more with value. Oh, it's just a type alias. I think I would be perfectly fine supporting this. It's our base. It's because our value type. What about keys? Keys. Where am I? Go back to key. What is it? And it's just a vector of U8s. Let's say we had from this. Are they just cloning it? Okay. Returning self, where self. Interesting. This is throwing me for a little bit of a loop. They're casting it twice. Oh, here they just wrap it. I suspect we're going to just use vectors of U8s for both the keys and the values then. So it would be simple. Let's create some type aliases for easy changing later. Pub. Pub create maybe. Now these here were just auto-generated. It's not very meaningful. Going back to our README. So we need to have like a compare and swap. Would that be part of the batch for TIKV? Oh, that's RocksDB. Close that. Oh, that's not what I want. I want raw client. Compare and swap. Okay, this is not part of a batch. Batch put, batch get. With TIKV, you cannot intermingle a put and a get, at least on the raw interface. With the transaction interface, I believe you can. Okay. With CF. I still don't know really what coprocessor does. Request builder, ranges. It's okay. Let's keep it simple. So I think compare and swap. Just grab this. Oh, and it's async. It is async. Okay. Need some sort of error as well. Okay. After we have that, So I think we can implement the same with both. Let's just double check. Yeah. Result of a result. Which result is this? Type alias result. Okay. We'll have to figure that out. Let's move this down to the bottom. This piece isn't in the database, so we're okay there. They look for all available databases. We need some sort of scan. So let's find a decent scan interface. Scan prefix. Range. R, where this has range bounds, start and end. Start bound, end bound. Bound is interesting. This is in core. Where K is as ref. U8. Oh, yeah, I really like this. Returns an iterator over these items. I like that it's using core types. Okay, and what about scan keys? Oh, interesting. They have like a scan keys for sled. Range. What do we get back in our iter? Key and value pairs, looks like. That's okay. It's for tests. And for the raw client, we have batch scan keys. We have scan keys and scan. And here, they have their own bound range. Or bound is from core. Okay. Why are they not using core for this? It looks like we could just use core for this from range. This is off core. Okay. So we hide their bound range. So I think we use range bounds here. Wait. Yeah, it looks like we'll have to map it somehow, which is fine. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Probably to implement something specific on it. Into keys, new range from. Oh, look at that. That's awkward. I like this interface better. So we're going with this one. Now in this case, is it batch scan? No, we don't want batch, just scan. It's async as well. Just keep with async. Isn't this standard iter? Wrong one. It's iter here. Iter? Oh, sled iter. Ah, so we want to return an iterator similar to this. It's interesting that with TIKV, they accept iterators for their batch pieces, but they don't return iterators. I think I'm going to go with this here. Something like so. Oh, interesting. They also have a limit. I should probably incorporate that. Range. Format year 32. Okay. And return result. KV parent. Let's create a type for that. I like Tuples. Tuples are great. Okay, that looks reasonable. So we have a compare and swap. We have a range. What else did we need? Let's go back to our notes. So we should be able to get the names of the databases from that. I think we'll need a get and a put for this here. Oh, actually, there's two pieces. This is a range. Then we also want a range of keys. Looks very much like this, but doesn't include the data, the value portion. Yeah. Check some maps to a transaction ID. Yep. I think this would be inserted via bulk and retrieved via scans. So we need that bulk insert. Database pages, same thing. These would all get inserted at the same time. Let's look at the bulk APIs. A sled, we're a tree again. Apply batch. Where do we get a batch? Really, we don't have to. Like, this is going to be for test code, so it's not like it really must have a batch for this test code. So we could just fake this by iterating over some other piece. But we'll probably have this batch put. Start here. Do KV pair, great. Batch get, I think we'll need the same thing. Do we? Do we though? I think most of the reading is going to be done with scans. So we'll scan for specific keys and then get specific values. I'm not looking to have a complete API, just an API that works. It needs to be just enough. It can be added to later. can tell the difference between the TIKV versions and the sled versions. Like I would rather have this here. Okay. Leave it for now. All right, good. Anything that we're missing? Scan for database info. Okay, we have that. Get request database info. Yeah, database name. That's just going to be a get. That's fine. We have that. Client requests all DB pages for a database. It's a lot of scanning. Probably scanning keys. Some gets. Scanning. Getting a specific page. Okay. Client requests stream of DB updates. I think we've got this. I wanted to try something. Where's my cursor? There it is. All right. Now I'm in the Z editor, and I want to try to generate some code using the AI piece. So I could search. New chat. Prompt library history. Configure. How do we add add context? type slash to insert via keyboard. I thought I did that. That button, yeah. Search. No, that opens a search. Oh, I have to be in insert mode. Okay. All right. File. Current. Oh yeah, the current one. That's good. I want to be over it. How about sled? And we want it to also, say, grab this page. It's thinking a while. Interesting. Are we using this? We should probably be using. Use Quen? Try this again with a different model. Oh, it was using the other one. Oh, that's not what I wanted. How do we get it to this? What is this? Interesting. You're able to do that here as well. Oh, that's creepy. What is this? What is that he's filling in? Is that this? Oh, it is. Tokens used. Oh, interesting. It went ahead and did this again, which we don't want. Or this. Or this. Let's try again. X, Control A. Now see, it's doing the trade again. It's like, no, we don't want that. And we don't want async trait. Okay. Let's see what happened. Let's see how far we got. Sure. Thank you. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Those go away. That's gone. This whole thing there is gone. Error. Yeah, you can have your own error. That's fine. Sled error for error. What? That should be automatically implemented. We do not want async trait there. Okay. Yep. Okay. Different errors. You know what? Let's change that to storage error. Okay. What are we missing? Where's the error here? Oh, this guy. Okay. Yep. But is it doing the right thing? Let's see. Compare and swap. Previous, no. E. I don't know that we need the match. We just need to be able to go from one error type to the other. Okay. So this is a bit extra. Range. This might work. Range keys, same thing. Okay. Might work. Yep. It built out a batch. Interesting. That's what we were going to do. You know, I think I kind of got it close. All right. But I got to get going. So thank you all for hanging out. Let's see who we can raid today. Anti is doing some Godot bits. Well, let's raid him. All right, y'all. Till next time. Take care. Bye bye.